Dear students, this is Afsana Awal. Today I will take you home science class, and our today's topic is chapter 1, the creative questions, RW. Okay, so let's start our class, students. Just look here. This is chapter 1. We have already learned this, and today we are doing the revision. So the first CQ is Rohima lives in a village. She tries to fulfill the needs of her family with her limited income, prioritizing the needs. As the tubewell is far from her kitchen, she stores water in a bucket. She arranges the essential equipment for cooking and keeps them on a shelf made of clay. As a result, she can take her children to school on time after finishing her cooking. So from this stream, we have 4 questions. The first question is, what is resource? Number B, what is limitation of resources? Number C, which technique does Rohima apply as a preparation for cooking? Explain how does it help her to make the work simple. Number D, Rohima uses familiar resources properly. Justify this statement. This is answer 1. Okay, that means the answer of first CQ. Number A, resources are wealth or property belonging to a person or property belonging to a person or a country. Students, just look, this is I think this is maybe not clear to you, it may not be clear to you. So belonging to a person or a country. In other words, resources are the tools that satisfy various human demands. Now number B, the term limitation of resources means that no resource is endless, may it be material or immaterial. Let us consider the cases with our energy and time. While working, we feel weak to weaker because we exert our energy in doing the work. Again, we cannot make a 48-hour day by all our efforts. Number C, Rohima is an accomplished woman. She keeps a bucket of water because her tubewell is at a little distance. It is very difficult to go there and also to bring water again and again. It is also a time-wasting matter. She arranges all her utensils on a shelf. It helps her finding a cooking material quickly and easily. In this way, she controls time and energy through simplification of her work. Now, the answer of D. Demand knows no end, but supply is scanty. So, a wise permutation between demand and supply is a vital necessity. Human should use all his resources, including family resources, in such a way as will give maximum output with minimum input. To do any work in least time and most effective way, necessary materials must be kept in an easy finding way. It saves both time and energy, but can be used in some other productive activities. Rohima maintains her family in a caretaking manner. She buys necessary things for her family on the maximum of priority. She deserves time-saving quality in the sense that she keeps everything arranged and ready, lest she should waste her time in finding this or that. Now, the second creative question, students, just look at this is number 2. Mahfuza of Rasulpur village dreams to become a successful woman entrepreneur. For achieving this goal, she uses her training skill to make different kinds of handicrafts, such as Nokshi Katha, bed cover, etc., and sells these articles. Noticing Mahfuza's skill of work, a women organization of her area gives a loan. Mahfuza gives training to 10 women on this subject and also has established an organization named Sherai Ghar. Mahfuza is now famous for her work in Rasulpur and the other places near Rasulpur. Now the first question, what is home management? Now number B, human resources are related to each other. Explain. Number C, explain the kind of resource which influences much on Mahfuza. And the last question, number D, is Mahfuza has been able to achieve goals by combining two kinds of resources. Do you agree with this statement? Give reasons for your answer. Now the answer. The first question's answer is, the sum of a few work methods for attaining familial goods is called home management. Now the answer of number B. Human resources include energy, skill, knowledge, strategy and attitude, one of which promotes the other. Let us suppose Mr. X is a skilled technologist. He will not be able to repair a computer if he lacks physical energy. Now the answer of number C. According to the passage, Mahfuza owns both material and immaterial or human resources. Her material resources include the handicrafts she makes and the loan she gets. On the other hand, her immaterial resources include her energy, skill, organizing capacity, optimistic attitude and willpower. She has succeeded in attaining what she dreams of mainly by dint of her immaterial resources. Now the last answer, that means the answer of number D. Yes, I agree that Mahfuza has been able to achieve goals by combining two kinds of resources. The passage states that she owns both material and immaterial resources. Her material resources are the handicrafts she makes and the loan she gets. Without these resources, it is not possible to proceed a single step with all her immaterial resources like the willpower, optimistic attitude, organizing capacity, skill and energy. Again, without the immaterial resources, she cannot proceed a single step although she has sufficient material resources. Okay, that means students, today we have revised the creative questions of chapter 1, the 2 creative questions. And that's all for today. Students, take care. Allah Hafiz.